Alright, so I'm breaking my Devlogs into two parts. A shorter game design philosophy part, which is this part, and mechanical breakdown video for my favorite mechanics I made in the last two levels, which is another video. So let's get into the game design philosophy and what I've been thinking about when making the game recently. I noticed this game is taking way longer than my other games, and I figured out why. It's that I've stopped cutting corners. I cut corners in my last two games. The aesthetics of Laser Rush and the length and mechanical depth of the Silicon Shadow. Also the aesthetics in Silicon Shadow weren't great, but not as bad as Laser Rush. And part of the problem with that was the level design, trying to keep the levels open. Anyway, I still could have done a better job, and I was still also relatively new making that. Neither of those games, when I started them, had much ambition behind them. Laser Rush was one of my first games, and I thought that if the gameplay was good enough, there would be a market for it. That's a beginner mistake. Visuals matter a lot, whether that's right or not. Don't do that. And the Silicon Shadow was largely because I just wanted to learn how to make it on a real game in 6 months. And the launch of the game was very messy, and I thought I could make some side money. It really didn't. All I have to say is I feel like What Happens After Midnight is the first game I'm well and truly giving the dedication it deserves. Part of it was I didn't realize how little dedication I was actually giving them because I was newer earlier. And part of that's because I really understanding what it takes to succeed in the market of indie games. You see that there's a whole bunch of low quality games on Steam, and so you think, oh, if I put some decent effort in, I'll be the best game out there that's low budget and cheap. But no, it's like none of those games are getting bought, and you have to put some really hard effort into making your game even a little bit successful. And who knows, maybe I won't think I was taking this game serious enough later down the road. I'm really trying here. I'm putting in a lot of hours. I'm actually kind of worried with how long it's taking because I'm a bit worried I won't hit release date, but that's not the worst thing to happen. I'm putting a lot more polish in. I'm making sure everything feels the best it can feel. I added in a really nice ragdoll death for the enemies as opposed to just leaving a little spear. And I also made some better recoil and reloading feedback for the guns. And I also realized that with the help of a couple indie dev channels like Indie Game Clinic, that I really needed to figure out the focus of my game in order to enhance it. So one of the pillars of my game is exploration and seeing all these different worlds. So I went back and made some much needed updates to the environments, and I'm going to try to keep these same quality standards or even raise them for the rest of the game. So I'm hoping that I can get all this done by October and it'll be as high quality as I want. I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm doing it on my own. But I really hope things work out well. So that's about it. Check out the demo. It's been updated recently. Also remember to wishlist the full game on Steam and check it out when it comes out. Thank you to anyone who likes, comments, or subscribes. That's it.